Did you know your brain actually begins to shrink as early as your 40s? And by the time most people reach their 60s, they've already lost a measurable amount of brain volume, especially in areas that control memory and focus. You might have noticed it already: forgetting names, misplacing your keys, or walking into a room and wondering what you came in for. It's frustrating, even a little frightening. But you're not alone. Here's the thing: memory loss and mental decline don't happen overnight, and they're not always just part of aging. In fact, many of these changes are influenced by the food we eat. Certain nutrients have been proven to protect the brain, nourish memory, and even improve focus, no matter your age. In today's video, I'll walk you through 5 of the most powerful, science-backed foods that can help support your brain health, not just today, but for years to come. They're simple, everyday foods that you may already have in your kitchen. And by the end, I'll show you how even small changes can make a big difference in your clarity, confidence, and overall mental sharpness. Before we get into the 5 foods, I want to ask you something. What's one thing you already do to take care of your brain? Maybe you do crosswords every morning, maybe you go for daily walks, or maybe you've started taking a supplement because someone recommended it. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments below. Not only does it help others, but I'll be sharing some of your tips in future videos too. And of course, if you're interested in simple, science-backed health advice designed especially for adults over 55, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It really helps us grow this community. All right, now let's dive into these 5 incredible foods that can help protect your memory and keep your brain working at its best. Stick around till the end, because one of them is surprisingly common, but most people eat it the wrong way, and that mistake could actually reduce its benefits. Let's start with one of the most powerful and most delicious brain foods out there: blueberries. They may be small, but they're packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins. These special compounds help protect your brain from something called oxidative stress, one of the leading causes of age-related memory decline. In simple terms, they help slow down the rusting process in your brain. In one study, older adults who drank just 1 cup of blueberry juice per day for 12 weeks showed improved memory and brain activity. That's a big impact from a small fruit. Blueberries have also been linked to better communication between brain cells, which helps improve focus and learning. A friend of mine, 67 years old, started adding blueberries to her breakfast every morning. After a couple of weeks, she told me she was remembering appointments more easily, and even recalling people's names faster at her weekly book club. Whether you blend them into a smoothie, sprinkle them on oatmeal, or enjoy them frozen as a snack, blueberries are an easy, natural way to give your brain a boost. Next up is a food that many experts call brain fuel, and for good reason: fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, and it needs healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids, to function at its best. Omega-3s do a few really important things. They support communication between brain cells, reduce inflammation in the brain, and even help slow mental decline as we age. In fact, research shows that people who eat fish regularly have more gray matter in the parts of the brain that control memory and emotion. That's literally more brain tissue to work with. If you're not a fan of fish, that's okay. You can also consider a high-quality omega-3 supplement like fish oil or algae oil. Just make sure it contains both EPA and DHA, the 2 most important types. For those who enjoy seafood, try aiming for 2 to 3 servings a week: grilled salmon, a tuna salad, or even sardines on toast. These small choices can help protect your brain for the long haul. Have you ever noticed that walnuts actually look like tiny little brains? Well, it turns out that nature might be onto something. Walnuts are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, which the body uses to support brain cell structure and function. They're also loaded with antioxidants and polyphenols, which help reduce inflammation and protect brain tissue as we age. In a large study of older adults, those who ate walnuts regularly scored better on memory and cognitive tests, and even showed slower signs of brain aging. If you find yourself reaching for sweets or chips in the afternoon, try swapping in a handful of walnuts instead. Not only will they satisfy your hunger, but you might find yourself feeling more alert and mentally clear. You can snack on them plain, mix them into yogurt or oatmeal, or even sprinkle them on a salad for a satisfying crunch and a brain boost. If there's one simple thing you can add to your plate every day to help protect your brain, it's this: leafy greens, like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens. These vegetables are packed with vitamin K, folate, lutein, and beta-carotene, nutrients that help slow cognitive decline and keep brain cells healthy and active. One long-term study from Rush University found that older adults who ate just one serving of leafy greens a day had the memory of someone 11 years younger than their actual age. Let that sink in. Just one serving a day. You don't have to overhaul your diet. Even something as small as adding a handful of spinach to your eggs, blending kale into a smoothie, or enjoying a side salad with dinner can go a long way. Your brain doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency. And leafy greens are one of the most powerful daily habits you can build. Yes, chocolate made the list. But not just any chocolate. I'm talking about real dark chocolate, ideally 70% cocoa or higher. Dark chocolate is rich in flavonoids, natural compounds that improve blood flow to the brain, enhance memory, and even boost mood. One study from the University of L'Aquila in Italy found that adults who regularly consumed dark chocolate performed better on memory tests and had improved attention and reaction time. But here's the catch. We're not talking about candy bars full of sugar and milk. Too much added sugar can actually work against your brain. Stick to a small piece of dark chocolate, about an ounce a day. It's just enough to give your brain a healthy nudge without going overboard. Plus, who doesn't love a little treat that's actually good for you? Now, I promised you a bonus. A powerful brain-boosting food that most people either ignore or eat the wrong way. That food group is fermented foods, like kefir, sauerkraut, yogurt with live cultures, and kimchi. Why are these so important for your brain? Because your brain and your gut are connected through what's called the gut-brain axis, a kind of superhighway that lets your digestive health directly influence how you think, feel, and remember. A healthy gut helps reduce inflammation, regulate mood, and even improve mental clarity. But here's the mistake many people make. They eat probiotic-rich foods, loaded with sugar. Sugar can actually damage gut bacteria, undoing all the good those probiotics are supposed to do. So if you're adding yogurt to your diet, look for plain, unsweetened options, and mix in some fresh fruit or cinnamon. That way, you're feeding your brain and your gut the right way. So let's take a step back and look at what we've just covered. By simply adding a few powerful foods to your routine, blueberries, fatty fish, walnuts, leafy greens, dark chocolate, and maybe even some fermented foods, you're not just feeding your body, you're actively protecting your brain. These foods have been shown to support memory, improve focus, and even slow down the shrinking of the brain that comes with age. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning feeling clear-headed. You remember names, appointments, and little details more easily. You feel sharp in conversation. You're present. You're confident. That's the future these habits are building. One meal, one choice, one day at a time. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it consistently. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to click the like button. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this kind of information. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new tip. We cover everything from brain health and nutrition to aging well, staying active, and living fully at every stage of life. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these brain foods are you already eating? And is there one you're excited to try now? Your experiences, your questions, your tips, they all help build this community. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and take care of that amazing brain of yours. I'll see you in the next video.